Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about meeting the challenge of green trade barriers. With the development of green economy, people's awareness of environmental protection has been strengthened and the sense of responsibility for environmental protection has also been raised. Countries can achieve green and healthy consumption through green trade barriers in the international economy and trade. However, green trade barriers not only have a favorable side but also have a negative impact on the international economy and trade. Trade barriers. Trade barriers are government-induced restrictions on international trade. The three major barriers to international trade are natural barriers such as distance and language. Tariff barriers is a tax on imports. Imports are goods purchased from other countries and exports are goods sold to other countries. And non-tariff barriers. The non-tariff barriers to trade include quota, a specific limit placed on the number of imports that may enter a country, and embargo, a complete trade block for political purpose by national regulations and exchange controls. What are green trade barriers? Green trade barriers are a kind of technical trade barriers which mean measures taken by importing country to restrict directly or indirectly from abroad for the reason of protecting health and safety for human beings, fauna and flora. Even for the purpose of banning trade, green trade barriers improve the quality of China's agriculture products, develop green agriculture, open up new markets for agriculture products, exports, and give full play to the role of national agriculture export trade associations to deal with the impact of green trade barriers on the international economy and trade of agriculture products. Characteristics of green trade barriers. Green trade barrier is a kind of technical trade barrier which is set up by import and export countries to protect their ecological environment and public health in international trade activities. The basic characteristics of green trade barriers include formal legality, wide protection content, hidden protection mode, strong technology, and relative technical requirements. ISO 14000 Environmental Management System and Green Trade Barrier. ISO 14000 Environmental Management System and environmental label, production and processing methods, and environmental cost internalization requirements, and so on. Compulsory implementation of technical standards, commodity, packaging and labeling, sanitary and quarantine standards covering the entire process of product development, production, packaging, transportation, use, recycling, etc. External causes of green trade barriers including number 1, trade protectionism, and number 2, world environmental protection trend. Trade protectionism. With the deepening development of economic globalization, the domestic industries of various countries have been affected. In order to find new trade protection measures and protect their economic interests, developed countries take advantage of their technological advantages and environmental protection trends to set up green trade barriers. World environmental protection trend. With the improvement of people's living standard, people are increasingly aware of the importance of the ecological environment protection. People are beginning to pay attention to healthy life. In response, international conferences, World Environmental Protection Organizations, and other organizations have formulated a plan, institutions, and regulations for human health and ecological balance to protect the environment. Environmental protection laws and regulation system. Production supervision is not strict. The production of agricultural products China is not in line with international standards. Important reasons. Number 2, the technical content of agricultural products. The technical content of agricultural products in China is low. The production and management of agricultural products is family style production in China without scale and technical production, and the family production technology equipment is backward. The standardization level is low, the information level is low, cannot meet the developed country strict inspection standard request. Number 3, the consciousness of environmental protection. The consciousness of environmental protection in China is weak. In some developed countries in the world, such as the United States and Germany, they have established a high degree of environmental awareness. These countries have formulated environmental protection systems that tend to converge with each other. In China, environmental protection awareness is relatively weak and the environmental protection system is not perfect. Public acceptance is low. The influence of green trade barrier on the international trade of agricultural products in China are: number 1, the positive impact of green trade barriers on China's international trade. Number 2, the negative impact of green trade barriers on international trade. Number 1, the positive impact of green trade barriers on China's international trade in agricultural products. Various countries in the world, and it is the symbol of human society moving towards civilization and progress. Green barriers to trade are meant to refer to law, regulations, standards, policies, and corresponding administrative measures that restrict or even prohibit international trade activities for the purpose of safeguarding human health and environmental safety. In order to avoid these trade activities may lead to environmental pollution and ecological damage. To achieve sustainable economic development, the implementation of sustainable strategy in China. Green trade barriers to achieve the strategy of sustainable development of China has an important positive value. Promoting the international economy and trade and environmental protection has a good interaction. In addition to dealing with the friction between international economy and trade, China needs to actively enhance its current environmental management ability, improve its environmental protection standards, and break through the constraints of green bottlenecks in all-round way, so as to achieve a win-win situation between trade and environmental protection. Number 2, the negative impact of green trade barrier on international trade in agricultural products of China. Green trade barriers will curb the growth rate of agricultural exports due to the impact of green barriers. Export growth momentum of agricultural products has slowed obviously in recent years. The low technological content of agricultural production in China brings a great burden to the environment, resulting in ecological imbalance and serious pollution. Pesticides, chemical fertilizer, animal medicine, and other pollutants are harmful to human health and environment. In the international market, competitiveness declined, export share decreased substantially, great losses have been caused to Chinese enterprises. Countermeasures of green trade barrier in international trade, including: number 1, vigorous development of science and technology, agriculture; number 2, attaching importance to the development of green agriculture; number 3, to produce green agriculture products. Number 1, vigorous development of science and technology agriculture. Vigorously developed science and technology agriculture inject ecological planting technology, visualization technology, and satellite radar technology into the agriculture production process. These science and technology applicants to the base so that the growth and development of the base crops and livestock animals at any time and anywhere clearly presented in computer videos, so that the safety of agricultural products have been fundamentally regulated. Attaching importance to the development of green agriculture, it is necessary to attach importance to the development of green agriculture, making full use of advanced science and technology, advanced industrial equipment, and advanced management concepts with a view to promoting the society of agricultural products, ecological security, resource security, and the coordination and unification of improving the comprehensive economic benefits of agriculture. To produce green agriculture products, if China agricultural products are favorable to export, they should follow the principle of sustainable development, produce in accordance with specific production methods such as new cultivation methods, ionic liquid as biotools, new agricultural technologies, permit the use of green food labels by special agencies, and produce safe, high quality and nutritious agricultural products without pollution. Production of pollution-free agricultural products, green food and organic food such as green wheat, green rice, green vegetables, green fruits, green livestock meat, green aquatic products. Through the production of green organic agricultural products, improve the international competitiveness of our agricultural products. Thank you for your attention.